It is a inclusive fitness continuing education course for fitness and wellness trainers. So the whole idea is to try and provide them with some education so that they can go back to the facilities that they work at or the agencies that they work at and try to encourage more inclusive fitness for individuals with and without disabilities. So today, for example, some of the subject matter is disability awareness, universal design for your facility, then modifications of exercises, a module on stress management and yoga, and then we finish up with a module on kind of how to promote and market to individuals with disabilities. If you take it kind of from my background as a physical therapist, so I work with folks, everybody that comes to me with some kind of disability, and we're trying to improve that. Usually it's a physical disability, but it can be emotional as well as mental health issues. But the bottom line is I can only see them for a short period of time for insurance sake. And then after that, we always try, it's really important to encourage movement and fitness because it has such far-reaching advantages to getting off of medications and getting onto a healthier lifestyle. But if you're a person who has a chronic disability or has been living with a disability for a long period of time, there aren't really agencies, there aren't programs out there that really cater to people with disabilities. So they might be able to get a membership in a health club, but is that health club accessible to them? Are there staff members that are sensitive to the special needs that somebody might have who is using a wheelchair, for example, to get around that gym versus coming in without having to have any mobility? Dr. Diane Ryan, who was the other person on the grant, so she and I, her background is nurse practitioner, so she and I kind of took the approach that, we're both educators, so we think that education is really the way to go. So if you can educate people on the importance of this, and then they can go back to their facilities and make modifications to programs they already have. So basically what we're trying to say is you already have something marketable in place. If you just tweak it a little bit by being sensitive to maybe the space that you have and making it more accessible, or maybe it's a function of how you market it to individuals, making sure that your website is welcoming to people with different disabilities so that there's an opportunity, if somebody is hearing impaired, that there's an opportunity, that there's information that they can easily are able to access from that website. So just making small changes that can also increase the number of folks that come through your door. If that's what you're trying to do, is to promote new programs, this is one way. And there's a lot of, also, if I think you make yourself more welcoming to people with disabilities, their families are more than happy to accompany them, so that might increase the number of folks through your door as well. It still is, even in this day and age, it still is really those attitudinal barriers. How can this person really do this? And it's not even so much, part of it is making sure that your staff members are sensitive to those things, but then trying to change the culture of the folks without disabilities that access your services as well, as far as, trying to make it seem like, well, they're, that's why we talk about people first language. They're people first, they just happen to be moving in a little different way than you or I are moving. So I think there are some attitudinal barriers that are still out there for sure.